Well, hello, everyone. We are here today and so excited to be with the awesome Mary Kole, who will be one of our speakers this year at the beach, St. Pete Beach, in September at the NINC conference. So, Mary, without any further ado, please introduce yourself and tell all of our attendees a little bit about you.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. I am so excited. I am Mary Cole. I am a former literary agent. I am a freelance editor and an author of several craft books on Kidlit, query letters, picture books, and forthcoming a few very exciting projects. I also own an IP development company with the literary agent John Cusick at Folio and the New York Times bestselling author Julie Murphy. And so I do ghostwriting. I have a good story company, which develops resources for writers. So I really do have a lot going on in all various areas of the publishing industry.
Well, we're so glad that you're going to be able to take a little time to come and visit with us and enjoy some time on the beach. So you will be doing two workshops, and the first one is expanding your, and when I say the first one, it doesn't necessarily mean in time order. I'm just that the first one I have on my list. Expanding your career with IP work for hire. Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect there?
Absolutely. So, what I love about this conference is that we are working writers. We are people familiar with the industry and book packaging, IP development. These tend to be maybe taboo topics, but the fact is, a lot of writers work in IP, which stands for intellectual property development. A lot of writers do work for hire. A lot of publishing houses do their own internal IP development. And then there are companies like Bittersweet Books, which is mine, that do it. And we sell on proposal into publishers. And if you are the type of writer where you're like, give me an outline, I will write all day. If you have kind of more writing zest than you know what to do with and don't necessarily always have your own original ideas working, this could really be a nice way to not only supplement your income, your career, but also maybe make a pivot. Let's say you've always wanted to write a romantic comedy, but don't quite have the concepts or the ideas to play around in that space. So this is just going to be a primer on work for hire and how IP developers work. And that could be an opportunity for any of you out there looking to expand into different areas of your career.
Perfect. And I'm very excited because I don't know enough about this, so I'm really looking forward to it. So your next one has been greeted with a lot of excitement in our conference team. And oh, they've actually, between all of us, come up with a title, Make Your Readers Ugly Cry, Using Interiority to Create Unforgettable Characters. I don't love to ugly cry, but I love books that make me ugly cry. So tell us what we might learn here.
So interiority is this concept, and it really is quite nebulous, which is why I love teaching about it, because it is this kind of higher order tool and technique that writers are always honing, whether they know it or not. And it really is that way of diving deeply into character through how they come across on their page. Not only point of view, which is pretty rudimentary, but their thoughts, reactions, interpretations, expectations, inner struggles on several different layers of depth. So I've spent about the last year really deeply thinking about this topic and how to teach it, because it is so important. That character connection is what makes all the book talk girlies ugly cry. But it's not just about crying, it's about engaging the reader emotionally in those lows, yes, but also the highs, in the big moments, but also the small moments where you really find that relatability with a character. And the technique of interiority, which I'll be teaching, is really that kind of communication, that kind of conduit between reader and character. And it asks a lot of the writer. It asks you to do a lot of your own kind of emotional journeying as you're creating a character, but that's what it takes. We are a very character forward storytelling culture. And by creating people that readers can connect with, you are only adding to your toolbox as a writer.
Very true. And now I'm even more excited about it. So yay, I can't wait. I want to say I wish it were next week, but Mel would probably kill me. So, she's not ready for it to be
It's
next.
not ready. It's not ready yet.
It's all ready. It's
I'm,
not baked,
I'm ready to go to the beach.
right?
I'll go to the
Yeah.
beach
Oh,
and talk
Mel.
character any
Mary
day.
and I are just going to go ahead. You can catch up.
You
Okay.
two go ahead. You still
We'll
have
go ahead.
responsibilities though, Tadra. Let me
There-
just say that.
There's very cool at the trade winds where we have NINC there, it's right on the beach. Like you walk right out of the hotel, you can go right to the beach. And there's cabanas that if you're staying there are part of it. So you just go down and you reserve your cabana and you get to sit there. So we can just go sit on a cabana. They bring you drinks if you want to have drinks brought down. So I'm just saying we could talk about ugly crying and interiority. There you go. Speaking of, though, trade winds and St. Pete Beach and workshops, as a first-time NINC attendee and guest, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, I mean, logistically, I have three young children, 3, 5, and 8. So I'm looking forward to being at the beach instead of doing bedtime. Okay. So that's just my physical presence on a beach is going to be very nice, a huge upgrade from my day to day. But as we were kind of chatting earlier before we started recording, I love teaching at a little bit of a higher level. I love doing writing 101. I love doing kind of introductory talks. That is a lot of what I do when I teach, but with writers who have industry experience, who have, the qualifications that this audience does, I love getting to get down onto a deeper level and really have kind of nitty gritty, more advanced conversations. And it is a rare opportunity to do that. So I would say, other than the umbrella drinks and the beach and the whole potentially sleeping in piece, which is just wonderful in and of itself, I'm really looking forward to meeting the attendees and mingling with other faculty at that kind of more robust and rigorous level.
This is going to be perfect for you. I I feel like I'm just going to walk around smiling, going, "Oh, Mary should be having the best time right now. It's just going to be all her catnip." I don't have any kids at home, but I have many pets, and I do miss them when I go to the beach. But also, I'm like, how did I sleep so late? Oh, right. No one came to wake me up.
I
So
know my husband is going to have a terrible conference, but I am going to have a great one, and I hope all of you do too.
it's going to be amazing. And if people want to get to know a little bit more about you before the conference, where I'm like trying not to insert what I already know about you, let you answer this question. If they want to follow or hear more or learn more, where can they do that in advance of the conference?
Absolutely. So I don't I don't know if you see my bombastic neon light, but you can always go to goodstorycompany.com, sign up for a newsletter. I do workshops for free webinars every month, and you can get a little preview of some of the other things I teach, or marykole.com, and that's Kole with a K, if you are interested in how I present my editorial services or even in working together. But those are the two main places where I can be found online.
Do you have a podcast? Did I make that up?
I also have a podcast.
Okay.
It's the Good Story Podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. I have a YouTube channel. I do a lot of this, so if this is appealing, you can't miss me.
Awesome. I was going to say, maybe I shouldn't ask. Maybe she doesn't have it anymore, but I know I was looking up somebody else and I was like, oh, well, they're on Mary's podcast. I'll just listen to that. So this is wonderful. We're so excited to have you at the beach. Tadra and I do our intro at the end because we're the least important people on this call. But I am Mel Jolly. This is Tadra Candle. We are the directors of the Novelist Inc. conference. If you want to join us at the beach and hear Mary and many of our other amazing speakers, you can go to ninc.com, that's NINC.com, and look at applying for membership and attending the conference. And Mary, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for committing to coming to the conference. We are going to have to clink umbrella drinks when we are there together just to celebrate the good times. So thank you
so much for having me. I cannot wait.